Alright, I'm gonna get these logistics drones. It's gonna happen. Guys, thank you so much and welcome to Dragonmore Gaming. I'm Daniel and we're just trying to play some Dyson Sphere. Dyson Sphere program, and we're trying to get our logistics and our supply chain online. We're getting close. So when we last left, we were about to do processors. And it's kind of off camera. I did go back to the other planet and actually get stocked up on some supplies. Mostly the conveyor belts because we were down to less than like 100. So now we've got a bunch more with which to use. And we're going to start doing this. Alright. So we're going to do processors. And so for processors, we need something. What do we need? We just need the circuit boards and the components, which are here and here. Yeah, the components are here, circuit boards are here. Okay. So we just need them over here. How it does do that. Okay. Let's just have this splitter just bring them straight in. Maybe? Unless we want to do the... I mean, we can do the splitter thing. We're rocking splitters now. We know how to use splitters now. It's crazy. So I can be like, double up splitter. This is going to go here. This is going to... What? Oh, it's a 1-to-1. That's right. Yeah, this is just... Okay, so I don't have to worry which is on which belt. All I have to do, again, for the 1-to-1s, you assume the furthest away with the Mark 1 is 1, so you need a Mark 2 splitter. And by splitter, I mean sorter. And then a Mark 1 on the closer belt. And then that way, they're both the same. Cool. Alright, so it doesn't matter which one we put where, because it's a 1-to-1 ratio that way. Okay. So... how are we going to get the components here? Alright, so the components are here. So we could do something squirrely where... pull these out and bring them in like this. And then how much distance do you need? That'll work fine. And then that's an easy click of a button there. Alright, we got components, we got circuit boards. Wasn't that easy? Once you have the other stuff set up, it just makes it so much quicker. Alright, and these are going 1-to-1, and then we just need the output. And now we have processors. Holy crap. Alright, so we're very close then, right? Because we need the processors. Alright, let's go check our assembler bro. Alright, assembler bro, tell me what I need. I need logistics drones. Processors. Got thrusters, which are up here. This is the thrusters. Yeah, and these are coming here. And then just the iron, right? Yeah, which is also here. Okay. I'm excited. Okay, so I think we'll put the logistics drones here, right next to the thrusters, because we got iron and the thrusters here. We just have to pull the processors up here. So that'll be easy. Okay, let's freaking do it. How are we doing on this? Alright, do we need to start making a gap? I'm gonna make a gap just for like the whole power thing. Again, we want to make sure we can get power wherever we need it, so having it all right up next to each other is cool. It's very tight, organized, but we need at least one little gap so we can get some power through here. Because I'm not leaving any gaps for putting towers and stuff. So okay. So just as a placeholder, I mean, I could put it on the next one, but I'm gonna do it here just because. All right, so this is gonna be our output. All right, I think we're doing it this way. Yep. Okay, so output here. This is the logistics drone output. We're doing it. Double production, because always. Because if you're not building more than one, what do? Part of the reason I do that too, just so you guys are aware, is that, you know, it kind of forces me to make sure that it's scalable later. Oh yeah, we gotta have 3 lines for this. Oh, this is our first time that we're gonna do 3 lines. All right, don't do that. Oh, go little buddies. All right. Logistics drone, please. All right, how is this? Oh my. 5 to 2 to 2. I don't know how to do that. The processors and the thrusters are 1 to 1. That's easy. A 5. Okay. So obviously the iron's going to be the closest. And I guess for that, really needs to be a Mark III, right? I mean, that'll be 6 when it's the closest, right? Yeah. And by that I mean close to 4, 6. Okay, yeah. Assuming I'm doing the math now. All right. Let's just go ahead and make 1. I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put the iron closest, and I'm gonna put a Mark III belt there, and then the others. I mean, they can stretch that far, right? Like, that's the whole point. Yeah. All right. Nope, not correct. So remember, you need the Mark II. No. Hold on. It's a 225. So I haven't done a 3rd belt, so I gotta figure out how this is gonna work. So I think we need this, because that's gonna be equivalent to a 6. Alright, because it's, if it was here, if it was on belt 1, this would be 2. Again, the way I do this math. This would be 4. And this is actually double. Double that. So 2, 4, 8. Okay. I mean, that's plenty that we need. This will be chewing up way more than we want it to then. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to do a 5-2-2 combo. But with only the 3 inputs. So you're only allowed 1 input. Where do you put it? So 8, half of that, 4. So out here it's a 4, right? Because it's a 1, it's a 2, 4. And out here, and what is it out here? I mean, is every slot half? Yeah, no. 1.5, 0.75. Half of 0.75 is 0.3, whatever. But it's actually 0.5. Well, this just screws all my math. I figured if we put the Mark III on the far belt, how does that balance out? I think that's what we might have to do. Let's see how, yeah. How are we gonna get the 5-2-2? All right, the 2 is easy. Like if we did the close one, I call that 2. We do the Mark II out here, and that's 2. And we do a Mark III here. Is that 5? Whoop. No, not the conveyor belt. 2 trips, 1.5 trips. So this is doing 2 trips versus this one's doing that. So the way I have it set up, this one is doing twice as much, no, 50% more than this one. Okay. What about if I did it in the middle? What does that do for me? 3. Is 3 what we want? If we do a Mark 3 on the middle belt, again, what I'm trying to do with my math, a Mark 1 is 1, a Mark 2 is 2, but a Mark 3 should be double that, so 4. So it's not getting enough iron in this situation if I put the iron here with a Mark 3. Alright. So I'm trying to figure this out. So I'm hoping this isn't causing too much issue. So I might do this off camera just to come back and actually sort this out for you guys so you're not just bored just waiting for me to try to do math. So give me a second, I'll be right back. Oh my gosh, I figured it out. Pretty sure figured it out. So I don't even know what I'm gonna call this, but it is some crazy stuff, let me tell you. Okay, so so I had it, and I also had to wait around, so I started making some more of the splitters over here because waiting for it to be daytime so you guys can see what's going on. So here it is. Here's the answer. Okay, let me walk it through more. Okay, so so again, what we're doing is we got to get a 5-2-2 ratio for the logistics drones, and I figured it out. So the problem was. And just to kind of put another, so I'm going to build this over here. I don't really want to mess this up. So I'm going to rebuild it over here just so you guys can see what I'm doing. And I got this crazy turn. It all makes sense. I don't know if I'm going to call it something crazy like Dragonmore Gaming U-turn 522. So the DG 522. There you go. That's how you do the ratio. So so here's what you do. If you follow along here, but I'm going to recreate it here for you. So the first, so it's going to require 2 assemblers. That's kind of the first hint there. And you can actually put this here right next to it because we don't have to worry about that. So you need to leave a gap. And it's going to be a little bit even stupider because we're going over a latitude line that's causing it to fuck up. So I don't even know if this is going to work. 1, 2 gap, I think that's right. Alright, just to make sure, can we get, oh man, it's already dark again. Yeah. Apologies. Alright, so we're gonna come this way. And we're gonna come back this way. I don't know why you don't want to do that. There we go. Alright. And then this is gonna go here. And this is gonna go here. And it's being a little wonky, but I think it'll work. Alright, so how you get the 5-2-2, because it's really strange how the third belt seems to work, right? Because it's, yeah, if you remember, so doing the sort, if I do a sorter, just to kind of explain, and these are all the same, all level 1 sorters, 1.5. And then the next belt over I've been using is always half. It's always 0.75. So I was like, okay, so the next belt over is going to be half of that. No, it's not. Half of that would have been 0.36 something, please 375, whatever. No, it's 0.5. And I'm like, okay, so it's not half. It's like 66%. You know, it's doing these like increments in either, was it 33%, 66%. So it's throwing it all off. So what I found out is that probably the best way to do this is what you're going to do, because I'm trying to get it to these common denominators. So you see, I use a Mark III, which does 2 trips a second. But you know, with my crazy math, right, the 1.5 is considered, in my mind, 2, like on a ratio of 2 per whatever, meaning that this one here is going to be 4. This over here, 0.75, is considered my 1, right? So all that put together is just to share with you that the way that you're going to get the 5 is that you have to do a Mark III on the third belt. So, again, show you exactly how I'm going to do this. So I'm going to do it from scratch over here. So the most important thing is the 5, right? Because the 2 is easy. Like well, take that back. So it all has to work together. It's really the simplest one. I'll start with the simplest one. The middle belt is going to be your 2, right? So that's going to be either the well, I want to let me do that. Actually, let me just copy, paste, and paste. Okay. So the 2s are the processors and thrusters. It doesn't matter which, but one of them needs to go on the middle belt and use a Mark II, right? So both of these are going to use the middle belt, and that's either your thrusters or your processor. So we'll consider that like the processors. Actually, the thrusters are closer. Let's call those the thrusters. So the thrusters are going to take the middle line. Oh, and we got yellow, so that'll be fun. Oh, we got a whole nother thing of research to do. All right, cool. All right, so the middle, and I need to put power here. All right, I'm gonna put the power like right there. Now that's gonna be in the way. I gotta show you guys what's going on. All right, just be way over there. Okay, so the middle track, Mark II, done. There's your thrusters. Don't need to worry. Now, the 5 is what this little U-turn is for, which means that this last track is what we're trying to get the other 2. So the processors are going to go on the far lane. But like I said, it's a little. You can't just do a single Mark III because that's actually too high. You want, so for the trips, to try to put it in perspective, we're trying to get the trips to match the same as the middle belt, which is 1.5. So we need to reduce it by 0.5. Well, there's actually a way to do that, and the reason for having these like this, and I hope this line doesn't screw things up, but here we go. And of course it does. Why are you too far? I need it right up against this. Okay, that was the problem. It just wasn't close enough. Okay. Whew. That was scaring me for a second. All right. Cool. All right, so check this out. If you connect these two from this distance, so this is factory to factory. This is not using the belt. So if you go from factory to factory, it drops 0.5 out. So we're going to have to do that. Now, I haven't actually tested this, so this is the best I can do without testing it. So, but here's the filter. Yes, we want to filter out the 0.5, which is going to be, for me, is going to be the processors. All right, so make sure, and I should definitely do that over here. And processors. So make sure that that's set to processors. You want, and this is assuming that processors are on the outer lane. So whatever's on your outer lane, you definitely want to filter on your sorter going out to, like the sister assembler. Okay, so the reason for that is that that's how you're going to get to the 2 ratio. So that's like, it's slightly above 2 when it does this. But now if you shuttle, 0.5, whatever over here, suddenly now it's got the ratio of 2. But you're like, okay, but now I have extra in here, right? Well, that is why you're going to use, instead of a Mark III, you have to use a Mark II. And why are you not close enough? Come on. And of course, it's just being ornery. Alright, apologies. I don't know why I'm not able to do this. It's because it's on the edge. Alright, so you know what? The longitude thing is screwing me up. Crap. So this is going to make it a little bit more annoying. Wow. This just screws all sorts of things up. Okay. Apologies. It just had to cross this line, didn't it? Ugh. There. It's not too far. Oh yeah, and it screws up this math too, so okay. Alright. I say screw you to this longitude thing, and we're gonna start it over here. Bear with me. All right. So if we do it here, all right. I want it as close to this as I can. I'm gonna build it here. Now, if I build it here, is that close enough? What is that? No. Nope. This thing is just not behaving. Oh. Alright, let me show it to you here, just to, yeah, try not to waste your time here. And let me, so I'm kind of worried I'm doing it this way, but I'm going to delete these just so, again, starting from scratch here. Okay. So let me just completely redo this. Apologies. That thing really screwed me up. Alright. So to get, again, the thrusters we're going to do on the middle belt. So those are at the ratio of 2, so use a Mark II on that middle belt. Okay, done. That one's the easy one. Now, you're going to use a Mark III, but that's more than the ratio of 2. So you're going to take a Mark I sorter, and again, it has to have 2 spaces in between it so that it should show 0.5 as your bridge. Alright, so now that is done, and you got to make sure to set that to processor. Again, assuming so processor's on your far belt in this example. And then that means that you need a Mark II on the sister assembler. And so that drops this one now matches, right? Because just to show you the math. Come on. Alright, so 1.5 is the ratio, and that'll, you know, so we need the other one to match that ratio. So 1.5, and the other line needs to also be 1.5, so it has the same ratio. Now this one's 2, but it's okay because we shuttled off 0.5, so now that's 1.5, so they're matching, right? The 1-to-1 ratio, or 2-to-2 in this case, right? Same thing over here. It's a Mark II, so it only does 1, but again, you're still getting the 0.5 from the other assembler. So now it's also matching 1.5 to the other sorter of 1.5. So that's done. So those are the twos, right? So your thrusters and your processors, and whatever's on the outer belt has to be the thing that gets shuttled over to the other factory. So now all you need is the 5 iron plates. And the best way I found to do this, and this is the reason for this turn here. So it's got this additional benefit of, you know, we shuttled that over there, but this conveyor belt has a reason that it's like this. So the first thing is you do a Mark II, and that gets you the ratio of 4. But we still need a 5. But if we do a Mark I, so this is where, so I have all 3 of these inputs, so I turned it, and the belt is going sideways in here, and then that way we can actually use the side inputs now. Okay? Now, I could use this, but that is actually, remember, our ratio says belt is closer, it's at 1.5, meaning that it's a 2. So 2 plus 4 is 6. That's not going to work. But what you do is that you reach over from the other belt. So you take this belt to this factory, and then now that's 5, right? Because it has to take from the further belt, so it halves the rate at which it pulls. So, like I said, in my ratios, that's pulling at a rate of 1. So 4 in from the side, 1 from reaching across the belt over here is 5. And you do the same thing here, going to this factory. There. Now both factories are getting the 5-to-2 ratio perfectly. So guys, I hope that's been helpful. That took me a while to figure out, and I don't know if there's a more efficient way to do it, but that's like the cleanest way I could figure out to get the exact 5-5 or 5-to-2 ratio for materials, so you're not wasting materials, waiting in a factory or getting held up somewhere. So this is pulling only in the exact stuff that it needs. So again, you have to work in pairs, right? So each factory has to work in a pair, and then it has to have this little coil. So this is this little conveyor coil. The Dragonmore Gaming conveyor coil. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. But so this is the way you do it, and again, you reach across. You don't pull it right next to it because that's too much. You reach across, and so it's kind of hard to see, but you know, it's not going. This particular sorter and this particular sorter are not going all the way into the factory. It's pulling. You can see it ends right there on the belt. So pulls from that belt there, pulls from this belt here, and now you got the 552. So whew, that was intense. So now let's hook it all up. So so you see I added some sorters here. So I make sure I know what sorter is what. This is the iron, I believe. Yep. So the iron's at this level, so we're gonna have the iron come in. This has to be the closest one. And let's get rid of these. Whoops. Okay. Alright, so the iron's gonna flow in. Alright, I wanna turn all of these on at the same time. So I'm gonna stop it there. Just stop it short. Actually, I'm gonna do it right here. Hope that didn't screw up the landing here. Okay, cool. Alright. So we'll do that. Alright, so we need it, and make sure we have to be very clear. The thrusters go here, and the processors go here, because it depends on what you're using as the filter of what gets shuttled to the other factory. So thrusters first. Alright, these are the thrusters, which means hilarious. I feel like those are placeholder blocks. I think he's gonna. You'd think the devs would add something different later. Okay, so that is on the first floor of the splitter. And go. There's thrusters. Alright. I guess just like that. Easy. Alright, so the thrusters are in. Alright, now we just need the processors. Processors are over here. We need to get the processors out. Alright, processors, what are you going to do? I think I should just kind of go straight over, right? Okay. So we got this iron in the way, too, so I'm trying to think what to do about that. Can I go... It's going to be kind of a, I think, a weave situation. Because I'm going to go over this one, but then under that one, right? I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. Let's see. So up one. Okay. I just have this floating platform. Alright, and then I'm gonna do up to that, and then immediately down. It doesn't, like, is it going down at that point? Hold on. Yeah, why is it doing that? Alright, let's... Can we pull from here? Yeah, I don't know why it wants to do it that way, but okay. Okay, so it goes up and under. Okay, cool. Alright, coming over. Should I put it along the ground? Sure, why not? Alright, and then we'll just have it come straight into that. Alright. Alright, let's go, little drones. Alright. There it goes. Alright, the processors are coming in. Alright. Alrighty. Wish there was a way to do this like really quick. Let's see. Yeah. So I'm not very fast at this, and it needs to be fast. So you guys can see how the ratios work. Maybe I just don't know what I'm doing here. Alright. Well, let's see it in action. Alright, here we go. And away we go. It is chewing the hell out of some iron. Alright, so the only problem with the iron is, of course, we're using it for other things. So we might have to increase the belt speed for the iron. But otherwise, it's working. We got it. Alright, so. Say they all maxed at about the same time, right? Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, there you go. I think it's working. 522 indeed. And then, of course, we need our output. Give us our drones. Alright. I don't know where the drones are going to go, but we're going to put them in a box for now. So I figure out what to do with them. Because I want lots of drones. Whew! Did it. We got drones being made. Drones are fully automated and efficient. Love it. So guys, that's that's more brain power than I was expecting to use today. But we did it. We got it. So this is the Dragonmore 522, sorry. Kind of want to call it that. I don't know if that's going to be cool, but the DG 522. And this is what it looks like. You have a little bend in here, and you have to have these reaching across, and then something, you know, like the processor's filter on a sorter going from one factory to the other is the key. And then it's a Mark III on the far belt on the first one, and only a Mark II on the second. So guys, that was pretty cool, trying to figure all that out, and so I'm glad I could share that with you. So if it helps with your builds, you know, let me know. Curious to see what you guys think, and if there's a way to improve upon it, definitely let me know. This is just what I came up with, but if there's a faster, more efficient way, obviously let me know, and I'm very curious to try it out. So guys, that'll do it for today for this video. So thank you so much for watching. Remember to stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next one.